Jade Cargill exposes Rhea Ripley for getting WWE creative favoritism, Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar at WWE WrestleMania 42, Danhausen's debut causing a divide backstage, WWE confiscates a Let Women Main Event sign at Elimination Chamber, a legendary wrestler is facing brain cancer, new major accusations leveled against John Cena, Chris Jericho calls out his fans. All of that and so much more. We will begin with Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar at WWE WrestleMania 42. Seth Rollins reshaped WrestleMania once again by shocking the world at WWE's Elimination Chamber by unmasking after hitting Logan Paul with a curb stomp during the main event. The revelation stems back to October, when the Vision excommunicated Rollins from the group, allowing Braun Breaker to become the focal point. The move was to allow the Visionary to have shoulder surgery. It was thought that his absence would cause him to miss out on WrestleMania. Now that the former World Heavyweight Champion is officially back, he could face any of the next 5 opponents at WrestleMania 42. Number 5. A dance with LA Knight. As expected, Randy Orton or Cody Rhodes was going to win the men's Elimination Chamber match. Knight was the second person eliminated, but has been the main person fighting the Vision since Rollins was injured. CM Punk did as well, but he's busy with Roman Reigns. Since the faction essentially kept down most of Raw, Rollins could try to apologize to the megastar. Knight could only agree to do so if he could get some revenge on Rollins for starting the whole Ball of Terror in the first place. It would give both something to do at WrestleMania. Number 4. A tag team match against the Vision. Injuries and other booking decisions have reshaped the card for WrestleMania. If Braun Breaker were back in time, the two could square off in Las Vegas. Since he had hernia surgery in February, it may be too soon. That still doesn't mean Rollins couldn't exact revenge on other members of his group. Both Logan Paul and Austin Theory joined after his injury. Bronson Reed is also out of commission, so opposing the healthy member would make sense. Rollins could try to recruit LA Knight or a young star like Javon Evans, since Paul eliminated him from the Elimination Chamber. Number 3. Revisiting history with Aleister Black. Rollins tried to start a Vision-like group during the COVID pandemic. He recruited Buddy Murphy and Austin Theory. At one point, he tangled with Aleister Black. It led to an injury to Black's eye, something he sports to this day. With Randy Orton busy at the show of shows, Black is left without a dance partner. Triple H probably wasn't going to book the former AEW star for the event, since he botched handling the stars he added in 2025. Black could confront Rollins and call his Vision experiment a failure, leading to a showdown in Las Vegas. Number 2. Stopping Gunther at WrestleMania. Since Gunther and other top names weren't involved in the Elimination Chamber, it meant that they weren't considered for major title matches at WrestleMania 42. He's retired legends like Goldberg, John Cena, and AJ Styles over the past year. Excluding him from the Elimination Chamber stalled his momentum. Rollins and Gunther were always hovering around each other when each held the World Heavyweight title. If Rollins is truly reformed, instead of focusing only on the future, he could stand up to protect some of the stars of the past who are still presently active in WWE. Number 1. Another clash with Brock Lesnar. WWE has shown they don't have a problem repeating the same match at different WrestleManias. Cody Rhodes faced Roman Reigns 2 years in a row. The same happened with Cena and The Rock. Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton have feuded several times in the last few years. Since Paul Heyman also represents Brock Lesnar, Rollins could answer the Beast's open challenge for the grandest stage of them all. It would be a way to get back at the Oracle and a callback to the history between the two men. Rollins will want revenge on Heyman just as much as on the allies who betrayed him. Now into our news, Danhausen's debut causing a divide backstage. Former AEW star Danhausen made his WWE debut at Elimination Chamber last Saturday. During the show, he was revealed as the man in the mystery crate that had been seen on WWE programming for weeks. The crate rested at the center of the stage as general managers Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis stepped forward to open it. Inside, they revealed a casket, and after the lid slowly lifted, Danhausen emerged, flanked by dancers dressed like him. The reaction of the fans, both online and in attendance, was mixed, and it turns out there was also a divide backstage in WWE. According to Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio, the decision to sign the former AEW talent was not unanimous. People pushed for him, there were people who didn't want him. This was not a unanimous decision or anything like that. I would guess that the people who didn't want him are thinking that, sure didn't work out so well this time, Meltzer noted. It is reported that he has signed a multi-year contract with WWE, and the promotion wanted to bring him in last year in July. However, his situation with AEW prevented that from happening. The Jacksonville-based promotion extended his contract despite his request not to. After showing up from the crate, Danhausen made his way to the ring along with his dancers and gifted Michael Cole a set of teeth. He entered the ring and celebrated with his entourage, and then disappeared as the lights went off. Speaking on the Elimination Chamber post-show, Triple H reacted to his debut. He said it was fun to see Michael Cole receiving a nice set of teeth and said the fans can expect a fun time from Danhausen in the coming weeks. Next up, WWE confiscates a Let Women Main Event sign at Elimination Chamber. A fan claims WWE confiscated her Let Women Main Event sign during the Elimination Chamber 2026 Premium Live event after it briefly appeared on camera. Rhea Ripley won the Women's Elimination Chamber match to secure her WrestleMania 42 title opportunity, and AJ Lee defeated Becky Lynch to become the new Women's Intercontinental Champion. Despite those incredible moments, the Men's Elimination Chamber match closed the show. Now, a fan took to Instagram on March 1st, 2026, claiming WWE confiscated her sign during the event at the United Center. The fan posted video clips showing her glittery, hand-painted Let Women Main Event sign appearing on camera early in the broadcast. She says it was taken shortly after it was shown. In her post, she explained what happened and why she believes the sign was removed. "I brought this sign to Elimination Chamber last night. Shortly after it was seen on camera at the beginning of the broadcast, it was confiscated by WWE." She argued that on the surface, the sign simply reflected her personal preference for match order. However, she believes the company understood the deeper message behind it. "Broken down to its most base level, all my sign says is what order I'd like to see the matches in. But by confiscating my sign, WWE proved they knew what I was really saying." The fan went on to criticize how she views the company's treatment of the women's division. She added that she felt the sign was removed to avoid sparking discussion. Taking a sign doesn't erase just how underutilized the women's roster is, just how much the company refuses to put them in the spotlight. Despite the talent, despite the desire, they didn't want people to see my sign and think about just how long it has been since women have been the main event. The fan closed her post with a sarcastic jab at whoever made the decision, making it clear it was embarrassing on WWE's part to confiscate the sign. "It's just so embarrassing for WWE that someone saw this glittery, hand-painted sign and was afraid. So anyway, I hope whoever made that decision can never find a matching sock ever again." With WrestleMania 42 approaching and the ongoing debate about women headlining major premium live events, this situation will definitely lead to more questions about match order and presentation. Next up, a legendary wrestler is facing brain cancer. TNA and AJPW legendary wrestler Joe Doering is currently facing a huge fight with brain cancer. There is an update on his battle with cancer that has added to concerns for his health. Doering's battle with brain cancer is well noted and a known issue that he has faced over the past decade. Unfortunately, things have changed yet again. He is currently facing a third tumor in his brain. Mandy, his sister-in-law, provided an update on a GoFundMe she made. She explained the situation in detail there, talking about how it was now 10 years of Doering facing his battle with brain cancer. She said that she had created the GoFundMe with the hope of helping them face financial worries facing this brain cancer. She also said that she had ended up developing ataxia after his last surgery in 2022 and now needed to use physical therapy as well as a wheelchair. He has been struggling with the entire situation. "Hi, my name is Mandy, and as my brother-in-law approaches 10 years of battling brain cancer, he finds himself in the midst of battling a third brain tumor. Joe has underwent radiation and his first round of chemotherapy to continue for at least 5 more months. Joe and my sister have put so much determination and resilience into Joe's fight over the past 10 years. I was hoping to help alleviate some financial worries that naturally come along with medical bills, combined with my sister needing to take some time off work to accommodate Joe's multiple medical and rehabilitation appointments. This journey has not been easy on them, and with Joe not having any family in Canada, all of the load ends up on my sister's shoulders. After Joe's last brain surgery in 2022, located on his brainstem, he developed ataxia on his right side, which has greatly impacted his mobility. Joe works very hard with physiotherapy. However, he mostly uses his wheelchair in his day-to-day life, requiring assistance when using stairs, a walker, and any transitioning. Next up, new major accusations leveled against John Cena. A former WWE star has labeled John Cena a narcissist. The never-seen 17 retired as an in-ring performer on December 13th, and since then tributes have been pouring in for him. His peers have lauded him for his role as a performer and how he was a big help to others backstage. However, not everyone had a pleasant experience working with him. Former Nexus member David Otunga has talked about how Cena had heat with him, and it turns out he wasn't the only member of the group who had to deal with it. 2 weeks ago, Otunga invited his former Nexus stablemate Michael Tarver for an interview on his YouTube channel. The conversation turned to John Cena, and Tarver revealed how the 17-time world champion once vetoed a shirt he wanted to wear. Tarver then compared him to Charles Dickens' character Scrooge. So Cena is like Scrooge. He had to be in control of everything, right? And if someone showed up with something that was off script for his control, then he'd penalize them for it, he said. Tarver then recalled an incident involving former WWE star JTG, who wanted to get some gimmick glasses made. However, Cena told him not to get those. The former Nexus member mentioned this behavior was like that of a narcissist. I think, other than besides the issues he had with me, which, I understand them now. They still don't make sense, but I understand them now. It was mainly a matter of him being kind of a narcissist that had to be in control of everything, he added. During his rise to the top of WWE in the mid-2000s, John Cena was accused of using his backstage influence to hold back talent. Speaking on Insight with Chris Van Vliet, David Otunga mentioned that Cena was the reason behind the failure of Nexus. He said he agreed with the notion that the last real champion buried the faction. Nexus debuted on Raw in 2010 and consisted of NXT rookies led by Wade Barrett. They had become an overnight sensation after their chaotic arrival, but their momentum fizzled out after losing to Team WWE, led by Cena. The GOAT has been accused of changing the original finish to the match, which called for the rookie stable to go over. Next up, Triple H speaks out after forcing Drew McIntyre to defend his title against Cody Rhodes. Drew McIntyre is scheduled to face Cody Rhodes on the upcoming edition of SmackDown. The Scottish Warrior will defend his undisputed WWE Championship and risk his WrestleMania spot. Triple H has no issues with Nick Aldis's decision as he backed the Blue Brand's general manager for booking McIntyre to defend his gold. On the Elimination Chamber post-show, the game was backstage answering Jackie Redmond's questions. Redmond asked the Hall of Famer about his thoughts on the way Nick Aldis handled the McIntyre situation. Triple H said there was a limit to how much a boss could be pushed by a performer. The chief content officer lauded Aldis for taking a stand and punishing McIntyre. As a performer, you can only push your boss so far. I applaud Nick Aldis for taking a stand. Drew McIntyre has been told over and over by so many people, stay out of it, don't be in the building, go home. He kept pushing and pushing. The thing with that is, you have to get ready to be pushed back. Nick Aldis is tired of it. He makes the match for this Friday night. Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes, Triple H said. Triple H highlighted how McIntyre was warned multiple times by Aldis. With the National Treasure's decision, the undisputed WWE title match at WrestleMania 42 is up in the air. The Scotsman was looking forward to defending his title in the main event, but he will now have to deal with Cody Rhodes first. Last year, Bianca Belair won the Women's Elimination Chamber match. She had the direct right to face then-Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 41. However, the title changed hands on the road to Mania. Thus, Belair challenged Sky for the gold, but Rhea Ripley was also inserted into the bout, making it a triple threat contest. This year, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, and Cody Rhodes could be in the same position. Orton has earned the right to challenge for the undisputed WWE title at Mania 42. However, his opponent will be determined by Drew versus Cody on SmackDown. Given the recent developments, Drew versus Cody versus Randy seems to be the plan for Mania. Fans will have to wait and see if the company takes that route in the coming weeks. Chris Jericho calls out his fans. During a March 1st, 2026 conversation with Spencer Matthews, the former undisputed WWE champion addressed modern wrestling audiences who demand instant payoffs. Jericho made it clear that he prefers long-term storytelling and believes fans sometimes rush to judge angles before they fully play out. Jericho explained that some of his favorite feuds have lasted months, even a full year, and that stretching a storyline can make the eventual payoff far more meaningful. I like long-term stories. My favorite ones have always been ones that last for months. He said he would rather extend a compelling angle than wrap it up too quickly just to satisfy short-term reactions. That's when Jericho took direct aim at fans who constantly ask for immediate answers. I would rather make things go longer than shorter. I always love wrestling fans, especially modern-day ones, who just want to know the answer right now. Give us the answer. To drive home his point, Jericho compared wrestling to watching a long movie, arguing that viewers need patience to appreciate the full story. He then delivered the line that immediately grabbed attention. If I'm watching Saving Private Ryan, it's 3 hours long. It's a long movie. You better be watching and paying attention. And at the end of that 3 hours, then you can decide if you like it or not. An hour and a half in, if I go, this movie, they haven't even found Ryan yet. This movie sucks. This is stupid. This is too long. I hear it every day from wrestling fans. My thing is, shut the hell up and let me tell my story. When it's done, if it takes a year, tough luck. Jericho pointed to his 366-day feud with MJF in AEW as proof that patience can pay off. Despite online criticism that the rivalry lasted too long, he believes the extended arc made it stronger. I did a feud with MJF in AEW. It was 366 days, literally a year and a day. There were people like, this feud is too long. Why? What else do you got going on? He also referenced his classic WWE rivalry with Shawn Michaels, which was initially planned to be short but ended up stretching over many months because both performers saw greater potential. They wanted it to be a one-month thing, and we were like, what do you have coming up? Nothing. So why are we ending this in a month? Let's keep going. Jericho believes wrestling's strength lies in its ability to tell layered, episodic stories that evolve over time, rather than delivering instant gratification every week. That to me is the brilliance of pro wrestling. We can tell any story we want, and we can make it go as long as we want or as short as we want. Jericho's comments may stir debate among fans who prefer faster-paced storytelling, but his track record includes some of the most memorable long-term feuds in WWE and AEW history. For him, the payoff only works if the journey feels earned. Wrapping things up, Jade Cargill exposes Rhea Ripley for getting WWE creative favoritism. After Ripley secured her WWE Women's Championship opportunity by winning the Elimination Chamber match, the road to her showdown with champion Jade Cargill has already turned personal and very public. The back and forth began when Cargill downplayed Ripley's title opportunity and suggested she had been expecting to face someone else. Cargill mocked the situation and questioned how Ripley continues to stay in the spotlight heading into WrestleMania. Ha! I just be talking, and which member of our social team found that video for you? Because we know they always have to find a way to keep you on top going into Mania. Ripley didn't let that slide. After responding directly to Cargill, Ripley delivered a blunt dismissal that quickly gained traction online. All you seem to do is talk. And that's literally it. Cargill fired back by accusing Ripley of spending excessive time behind the scenes talking to WWE creative. Talk? Like the hours you spend talking to creative? Ripley escalated the exchange with a sharp response that made it clear she's not backing down before WrestleMania. You're funny. That's funny. Now we know you really do be talking out of your ass because everything you say is bullshit. Don't spread lies on my name, you dumb bee. Cargill then dismissed Ripley's reaction altogether, brushing off the drama while claiming they haven't even begun their real fight yet. Oh god, another victim. Will you girls lighten up and stop crying? We haven't even started yet, boo? The heated exchange comes just weeks before WrestleMania 42, where Ripley is set to challenge Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. With tensions rising on social media and neither woman holding back, the rivalry is clearly shifting from competitive to deeply personal. Ripley earned her title shot by outlasting the field inside the Elimination Chamber, while Cargill continues to defend her reign with confidence and attitude. Now, instead of waiting for the spotlight in Las Vegas, both stars are turning up the heat online. If this is how they're talking before stepping into the ring, WrestleMania 42 could deliver one of the most emotionally charged matches of the year. Who do you think wins when Rhea Ripley challenges Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship at WrestleMania 42?